Any experiences, any views, any questions? Yes, Ravi?
Yeah, Bhaiya Gurudev talked about not to feel low, but you should be humble.
Hmm.
So Bhaiya, what Gurudev, like for example, Gurudev comes in front of us. So consciously or unconsciously, we feel like exactly what Gurudev said, we are nothing, he is a Lord. So
Hmm.
that thought comes up.
Yeah.
So what perspective?
Yeah,
With
in the
Guru, what
beginning,
perspective?
it is possible. No? So Gurudev says, no, there are the divinity is expressed in three ways. One is he or it or she. Then the second is second person, you. You are the divinity. And third is I, Aham Brahmasmi. So in the beginning, that experience will be there, but as we progress more and more in sadhana, this is what happens. We feel comfortable now. Many of us, when we talk to Gurudev, we don't feel that he's high or low. Yeah, there is respect, there is humility, but it's not overwhelming talking to him.
Okay. So another thing, Bhaiya, the second part of it, Gurudev talks about vasanas, like dropping the vasana. Um, at one point, he said, "You go for more experience. Like, why do you limit? Your mind is so shrunk." He said, "Too, like when you drop these vasanas, your world becomes expansive." And the other thing he said, you go for new experiences. So how do we take where like do we
So he's not saying go for new experiences. He's saying be open for new things. Going for new things is different than being open. Like you like masala dosa, you can have a masala dosa every day. But one day you get dal makhani and rice. Hmm. You see so many people, they become so restless, agitated. My food is not proper today, isn't it? Someday you get pasta, someday you get pizza. Something comes on the table. Especially when as a traveling teacher, I experience this. No, I travel to so many parts, so many people's homes. Hmm. Everyone have their own food habits. Uh, some people eat spicy food, some people don't eat spicy food. Some people eat food with onion garlic, some people don't eat food with onion garlic. So being open, no? Hmm. Okay, I prefer food without onion garlic, but if it comes in front of me, I'm open to it. I don't start, fretting and fuming. Oh, now how will I eat and what will happen? Something has gone wrong. That is what is being free from vasanas. That you're open to everything, whatever happens. All types of behavior, all types of food, all types of music. Hmm. For people who like classical music, rock music and all the jazz and all those music is very disturbing from them. No? They feel that is not music at all, isn't it? Oh, like that. Being open to everything, whatever happens. And
but
that happens.
intentionally yeah, go ahead.
Huh?
Intentionally there is no need for trying out like say
Yeah,
pasta I
that
never
is what
ate.
he's saying. That is why intentionally, if you do see, that is what he was saying. No, you go to one guru, you go to somebody else, you go to somebody else. So the thing is in the mind. The mind needs to settle. I need some more knowledge. See, so many devotees like Gurudev keeps on coming out with new programs and everything. Hmm. Why? Because the devotees are wanting new thing. But if you see our 5 points, main points, live in the present moment, opposite values are complementary, accept people and situations as there, everything is complete. All that knowledge is there. When the mind and intellect relax, what remains is the wisdom, silence. Hmm. Where you are not seeking anything, you are not this. It's just the mind is in a very relaxed, happy state of mind. Automatic. Even happiness after some time becomes a hurdle, a burden, a burden. You don't do things to seek happiness also after some time. Because if you do things to seek happiness, then you will not do things which are necessary. No. Now a mother corrects a child. Sometimes she has to scold, get angry, slap the child also, isn't it? She doesn't want to do it, but she does it because that is the right thing for the child, isn't it? So you don't do things to seek happiness. You do things because that is the right thing.
But Bhaiya, Gurudev also says drop the vasanas. Is there any is the meditation, the sadhana
Yeah,
is
we
the
discussed it last time also, and then this time also. No, what is happiness? Happiness is the six layers outside coming into harmony, and we experiencing the self. When we recognize that, then that vasana is not there. We connect to the self directly. We don't need all the other paraphernalia to be happy. No, if I get a lottery ticket, if I get a good companion, if I get a good uh, what do you say, a good business deal, a promotion, mm, all that automatically happens when the vasanas dissolve. You become free. So knowing that I am the source of happiness. That is the first line Gurudev said. Happiness is in the self. It's not in the situation. It's not in the circumstance.
okay.
Bhaiya, there's a question in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Bhaiya, Guruji says that 150 to 200 years later, your friend or lover will be gone, but you are immortal. So they are vanished now. I hear this from most spiritual discourses. But
Mm.
we have cravings that come at different ages. I can't say that tomorrow morning I will crave for breakfast again. So, no need to eat breakfast today. Can you explain further?
Yeah, be in the present moment. If you don't feel like eating, don't eat. If you feel like eating, as Gurudev gave an example of the saint, no, he asked Gurudev a question: how should I interact with you? Shall I bow down to you? Shall I hug you? Shall I greet you? Isn't it? And Gurudev slapped that person and he said, do what you feel is right at that moment of time. If you're hungry, eat. That is the need of the body. If you're sleepy, sleep. We create everything, uh, everything is planned for us. I'm not going to do this. I am not going to do that. I'm sometimes like we say, no, I'm not going to say a lie. But to save the situation, we have to speak a lie. Otherwise, the situation will go even more out of hand, isn't it? So doing what is necessary at that moment of time. We can open up to the truth at a later time, but at that moment of time, hmm, that hmm, that little thing was necessary, isn't it? Though it is not. That is what Ashtavakra is. That we don't give too much importance to all what is happening outside. Hmm. When our intentions are clear, last video it was there, no? Purity of action, purity of thought, and purity of feelings. When all that is there, then if things don't happen according to plan, also it's okay. If things don't happen according to our intentions, it's okay. But we have that purity of thought and mind and feelings, no? Our numbers are reducing every week. I think more and more people are getting enlightened.
I have one question.
Yeah, Amar.
It maybe looks like a silly question, but it's something which really shook me.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday night at dinner, the curry was something very spicy, and I got disturbed, very disturbed. Why made some shorter? What is this? Curry is very spicy. It was It was like a curry which we got from outside. Today evening again some mess happened in food. Night also again something the food preparation was not up to the mark. Something was missing, and I again got disturbed. I'm just thinking whether that such small things also sometimes it shakes us. How, despite.
See, in a subsequent video, I think next one or the video after the next, we think our behavior has to be the same all the time. It's not going to be the same all the time. Sometimes the buttons are pushed. Sometimes we do get angry. Sometimes we do get frustrated. We still do desire this. But over a period of time, it becomes less and less. That is what in an earlier video we heard, no? Even in an enlightened person, 4 types of thoughts can come. What? Lust, then desires, feeling of mindness, and fear. Okay. So feeling of mindness and desire is there. Now I need to have tasty food and all that. It is there, it happens. But what Gurudev says, the more enlightened a person is, that much fewer these desires are. Okay. So that happens over a period of time, it happens. But when till it happens or it becomes perfect, we don't regret and feel guilty and angry. Okay, it happened. It's a happening. That is what we have been discussing. No, everything is a happening, isn't it?
Yeah. So it should not be like I got angry, I got into the small desire. That
It
trip should
happened.
not get.
I got angry. It's okay. Now what to do?
Yeah.
So, Bhaiya, when you are stuck, when you're roasting, and in that situation, then what to do? Is knowledge the only savior? Because I've been going through something, I've been wanting to let go of it, have not been able to. Through the week, Guruji has made me realize through different experiences how bound I am to different things, but I have not been able to let go. So, what do I do?
See, let go is not a continuous. Or you let go and the effect is going to be continuous. You let go and those few seconds, few moments, you feel relaxed. After that, again the mind is caught, and when we realize the mind is caught, again let go. So it's a very dynamic let go. It's not like one time I have let go or one time I have accepted the person. We say also, no, I have accepted that person. Why that person is still bothering? If that person is bothering, we have not accepted. So that acceptance which was there was for the last time we accepted. Present moment, that person is disturbing. So this acceptance is for the present moment, isn't it? So, in the secret of the elements, Gurudev says that all these things come, the elements play their role for some time and go. So we get angry, we get stuck sometimes, it's all happening according to elements. We have no role to play in it, isn't it? So we just be free. I am not able to let go, it's okay. I am not able to let go.
And because sometimes we get shaken, despite so many other sadhana, such small things are disturbing us.
Yeah, only small. Gurudev says a small nail can puncture a tire. A big rock cannot puncture a tire. So it is only the small things which puncture, and it's okay. Yeah, Vibha, you want to say something?
Yes, Bhaiya, there's a text. It's mentioned in our texts about Vaikuntha, parallel existence of life. Your views on it, metaverse. Should we stop judging ourselves and rating our actions as we are all learning on the path of spirituality?
Yeah, that is what is necessary, no? If we keep on judging every action, then it will not allow us freedom to act. We will say, I will not do this, I will not do this. So that living in the present moment doesn't happen, no? Okay, and metaverse, yeah. See, when the intellect becomes calm, why are we having this discussion? As far as I'm concerned, these discussions are meaningless. That is what Gurudev has said in this tape also. You think you have understood, but it is something else only. It is inexpressible. Yet all the saints and everyone are trying to express something in different ways, isn't it? So all this discussion, why it is necessary to calm down the intellect, to calm down the mind. When the intellect and mind calms down, then we bring ourselves onto a launching pad. And from that launching pad, with our sadhana, with our meditation, with our bhakti or shakti, whatever, there's so many multiple factors. We we get into that metaverse where the truth actually is. The inexpressible universe, what Gurudev is talking about, is there. But for that, the intellect has to calm down. No, if the intellect is having so many questions, then we cannot go there. So these discussions, though we are not discussing the truth, it is necessary for us to calm down our mind. So some understanding is necessary to get into the realm of the inexpressible, to the metaverse, to the to something which is beyond. Like last time I said, no, it is this but not this, it is that but not that, it is here but not here, and it is there but not there. Somewhere something is there where you cannot pinpoint it. That is what quantum physics also says. Heisenberg uncertainties. If you have read that Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, it says if you try to locate an electron, you cannot find it. But you try to find its velocity, you cannot when you try to find the electron, you're able to find the electron but not its velocity. You're not able to find the electron but its velocity. But when you go to find the velocity, you're not able to find the velocity, but you're able to find the location of the electron. Delta V into delta X is greater than whatever constant. So the moment you think that I have got it, you cannot pinpoint it.
Next question, Bhaiya. Gurudev says, be humble, but sometimes humble behavior is considered as weakness. Please explain how to apply it practically in the material world.
See, wanting to be humble itself is not humility. I want to be humble, I want to be humble. That means we have already got into ego. Isn't it? So being humble means being natural, whatever is happening. I got angry, I got angry. I got upset, I got upset. Isn't it? And there is a story, See, if people want to think it as your weakness, let them think. But you don't consider it as your weakness. There's a story. I don't know whether it is George Bernard Shaw or Winston Churchill. Most people say it is George Bernard Shaw. He was walking on the streets in London, and as he was walking, one of his most vociferous critic came and stood in front of him. And he said, I don't give way to fools. So he blocked George Bernard Shaw's way and said, I don't give way to fools. So very promptly, George Bernard Shaw stepped aside and he said, but I do. Isn't it? You being humble can become a strength also. That is the skill, no? That is what is art of living, no? That is the skill, that you can be humble and you can still get back. Like there is a joke, you would like to listen to a joke. How many of us would like to listen to a joke? A couple were fighting with each other, husband and wife, and they were giving choices of words and abuses at each other, and they were driving along. In the car, they were really very heated argument and this, and they were abusing each other, and they were crossing a group of donkeys. So the husband said to the wife, look, your relatives. So wife very smilingly said, yeah, they became mine after marriage. So our humility does not mean that we are not going to get back at people, no? Isn't it? Being humble, we can get back at people. Where there is no disagreement and they get the message also, not to mess around. And those skills automatically come. The more we are in the present moment, we'll recognize that how automatically we get that solution at that moment of time. The more we are willing to give up our plan, micromanagement, the more easily micromanagement happens. Anything else? Okay, then. Have a nice week. And we'll see another interesting video next time and discuss about it. Okay. Jai Gurudev.
Jai.
Jai Gurudev. Thank you.
I'm not well today. Very heavy cold I have and fever. I don't have any.
Get well soon, Bhaiya.
Yeah.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Thank you. Jai Gurudev.